Hello again, Tiger Lily family. I am making this video to show you one of my most requested tutorials in the shop, which is sock buns for people with longer hair. So this works well for people with hair probably not, collar bun's probably a little short, but maybe mid chest area. And this is a way that you can not only keep your hair from getting tangled and keep it out of your way while you're working at home or sleeping or whatever. And also it has the benefit of giving it a really great like roller set look as a finished product, which looks like you spent a lot more time on your hair than you actually did. So it's a win-win. And I have shown a lot of people how to do this over the years, but I've always meant to make a video, and now's the time. I am starting with a pair of socks. When I've done this for myself, I've actually gone and found socks that matched my hair color so that they disappeared in there, but really any color will do. I matched my hair because this is a style that I actually will wear at work and to go out. So these are my son's socks. They're newer, but he has a lot, so hopefully he won't notice. And I have some kitchen scissors. And I also have a couple ponytail holders and a little clip, which we can look at later. But those aren't necessary. What's really important is a set of socks and some scissors and some hair. Probably a brush. Okay, so we are going to cut our socks right at the heel mark. Doesn't have to be perfect, just give it a chop right there. Tube socks are best if you want a nice solid bun. And you'll see why when we get into that part. So, do not throw away any part of the sock, but just give it a chop. All right, so now we're gonna start with the bound end of the sock and just flip that over and keep rolling it down until it turns into a cotton donut. There you go. Just keep rolling like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of roll it on in there. And then do the same on the other. Now you're gonna want your hair to be mostly brushed out and detangled for this, although in a pinch, it's better to just stick it up this way than leave it down, even if you can't detangle it. Just kind of make sure there's no big tangles in there. And then divide your hair roughly in half. If you have a natural part, you can respect it, but going down the middle pretty much works for everybody. Okay, now some magic happens. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see this easier. Pretty much you're just gonna act like you're making a ponytail. How high or low you put it kind of depends on you. The higher that you put it on your head, the closer to your scalp the curls will start and the more volume you'll get. The lower that you put it, the tighter it might stay to your head maybe. And it's also going to just sort of curl the ends. You can experiment and find out what works best for you. I'm gonna do mine kind of right in the middle. Just kind of pull it tight. If it's not perfect, that's fine. All right, now as if you're using a ponytail holder, you're gonna take one of your donuts and you're gonna squeeze your hand through it so you have these little grabbers, and you're gonna take that hair out of your other hand. And then, while you're holding your hair, you use your other hand that is now free to grab that donut, slide it over, and pull the ends of your hair through. and now you have a donut with hair on it. So pretty much the next part of this is just to repeat those steps over and over, but they're a little tricky, so go ahead and watch. Pretty much I just squeeze my fingers back through. This time I'm gonna leave my pinky out because I can't really squeeze it all in with that other hair there. Using that other hand, I'm gonna wrap that hair around so it goes back through the donut the same way it did the first time. And all we're trying to do is wind that hair around the edge of that donut. And then you grab the donut with the hand that is now free, pull that hair through. Now we're gonna trade again. That free hand grabs the hair, my grabbing hand squeezes through, I put the hair in there, and I pull it through. If you have layers, you might start to see pieces poke out. That's not a huge problem, don't worry about it now. As this hair works around, you may find it easier to switch your hands and put the other hand through to grab. And now there's a part where you don't have a lot of hair left, and this is getting kind of full. So you're just gonna use a couple fingers and squeeze them through that hole and grab the end of the hair and pull it until you pretty much run out of hair. Okay, now, if you are going about your day, you have a little space bun to use. The higher it is, probably the more space bunny it looks. If you do a low bun, it probably looks a little bit more professional, but this is my version of professional. I'm gonna use one of these little claws just to clip it in there somewhere. And I'll show you how it looks in the front, but you can do it in the back as well. Just some of that hair, some of my hair, squeeze it in there so that you can kind of feel it doesn't wobble around as much. And now you're good. Repeat it on the other side, and you've got a match set. But if you're gonna go to bed, or you have a lot of hairs sticking out that are layers, and you're really doing this not just to keep it out of the way, but also for a style, that's when we're gonna wanna use the other half of our sock. And this, we're going to turn inside out so that the smoother part of it is on the inside. And then we're gonna try to smooth down the best we can any of those hairs that are sticking out. Because the hair came out of the middle and out around the edge, we're smoothing down anything around the edge like that. I'm gonna stick what is now pretty much a sock puppet. I'm gonna grab that bun, like my sock puppet's gonna like, rah, and then we're just gonna pull the rest of that sock down around and give it a little squeeze, and there you go. So this is how, when I'm putting in a lot of effort, this is how I do my hair for sleeping, because when I wake up in the morning, my hair's not tangled, it hasn't gotten roughed up by my pillow or anything, and it also, once I take a shower, I do my makeup and get dressed, then I let it down, and it's got these, it's smooth, it's shiny, it's got these really nice waves, and I can post a after picture of what this looks like, but obviously that's gonna take a little time, so we're not gonna sit here and wait. So go ahead and watch that again if you didn't catch all of it, and email me if you have any specific questions, but this is a great skill to start practicing while you're at home. It looks a little silly, but who cares? And you might be surprised by how easy it is to get good at it and the results. So thank you for following along, and good luck.